We're going to start in a child's pose today for our yoga flow. And again, just a set of blocks, and then a strap is optional if you'd like. And just reach your arms out long in front. Feel free to rest your forehead on the floor. You can also bring a block underneath your forehead to bring the floor a little bit closer to you. Just holding here and breathing in your child's pose. Belly rise on the inhales. Belly falls on the exhales. An intention for class today. So anything that doesn't serve you during your practice. Breathing in all the good things, breathing out all the things that do not suit you. On your inhales, think about reaching your fingertips an inch or two more forward towards the top of your mat. Sinking your hips towards your heels on your exhales as you hold your fingertips long in opposite direction. Next inhale, fill all the way to the top. Belly, ribs, and lungs. Once you get there, seal your lips and now breathing in and out through your nose. Taking your chest closer towards the floor on your exhales, lengthening through your fingertips on your inhales. A couple more rounds of breath here in your child's pose. Finding that Ujjayi breath, drawing your tongue up towards the roof of your mouth. One more full breath here. Wiggle your fingers and rise up. We're going to find a comfortable seat at the center of our mat. If you would like to bring a block underneath your hips, allowing your knees to fall a little bit further, opening up your hips. We're going to continue with some breath work here. Maybe bringing a gentle gaze behind your eyes, lengthen through the crown of your head towards the ceiling, drawing your sacrum in towards the block, in towards your mat, shoulders relaxed down from your ears. Hands can rest gently on your knees. You're welcome to bring hands to heart center and just focusing here. Continuing with your breath in and out through your nose. A round of breath here. Let it all go on your exhale. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed or gently flutter your eyes open using your right hand by your index finger and your middle finger towards your third eye. Gently closing your nostril with your ring finger and hovering your thumb over your right nostril. Breathe in through the right side Really closing your right nostril with your thumb, opening your left nostril with your ring finger, and exhale out the left side. Inhale through the left. Removing your right thumb and placing your index finger on the left nostril. Deep exhale out the right. Inhale through the right for 3, 2, and 1. Closing the right nostril, open the left. Exhale for 3, 2, and 1. Deep inhale to the left for 4, 3, 2. Hold at the top. Open the right, seal the left. Deep exhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more time. Count of 5 for 5, 4, 3, 2. Switching sides. Exhale out the left for 5, 4, 3, 2. Deep inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2. Switching sides. Exhale out the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release your right hand on your thigh, palms facing up to receive. Continuing to lengthen through the crown of your head, shoulders and sacrum falls down towards the floor. Allow your knees to fall open. 2 more rounds of breath here, breathing in and out through your nose, using both nostrils just as we did in your child's pose. Go on your exhale. If you're using a block, gently set that block off to the side, coming back to a comfortable seat directly on the floor. Extend your right leg long, sealing the sole of your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands on the floor or on blocks. Tempting your fingers by lifting your palms up, pressing your finger pads in. Inhale, arch your spine, gaze up, look up. Exhale, round your spine. One more time, single leg stretch, cat and cow. Inhale, gaze up, look up. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, right arm comes to the inside of your right leg, deep side bend over to the right side. You're welcome to grab a strap with your left hand and wrap it around the arch of your right foot. Making sure that left shoulder is stacked directly over the right. Avoid rolling forwards or backwards. Inhale, rise up. Very nice, Mindy. Exhale, release your right hand to your left thigh, planting your left hand behind your left hip. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist, look over your left shoulder. Gently plant your left hand on the floor. Press your hips forward. Reach your right arm up and back. Finding stargazer on the right side. Exhale, lower your hips. Plant your right hand to your right hip and draw that right foot in front of, on top your calf or thigh. Inhale, arms overhead, double pigeon. Exhale, forward fold. Yep. Right foot comes down in front of the left. You can place it on a calf or a thigh if that's accessible for you. And just drawing your arms out in front. Hands can be on the floor or on blocks. Holding here for 2 more rounds of breath. Lift your hands, inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Keeping your right knee bent, extend your left leg long, sealing your right foot to the inside of your left leg. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands in front of you on blocks or on the floor, tempting your fingers. Inhale, single leg. Cow, gaze up, look up. Exhale, round your spine, find your cat. Inhale, one more time, single leg seated cat and cow. Inhale, gaze up, look up. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, release your left hand to the inside of your left leg, deep side bend over to the left side. Great opportunity to grab a strap with your right hand and bring it around the arch of your left foot, making sure that that right shoulder is stacked directly over the left. Avoid rolling forwards or backwards. Very nice, Mindy. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, release your left hand to your right knee, planting your right hand behind your right hip. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist, look over your right shoulder. Hold that twist as you plant your right hand. Press your hip forward, your left arm up and back. Find stargazer. Opening up the front side. Exhale, lower your hips down gently. Plant your left hand to the outside of your left thigh and draw your left foot in front of your right, maybe on your right calf or thigh for double pigeon on the left side. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Reaching your fingers as far as you can, continuing to tempt them. Finger pads pressed into the floor, palms elevated. Pressing both hips in towards the floor. One more full round of breath here. Let it all go on your exhale. Gently walk your hands back in towards your knees. We're going to find a tabletop position at the center of our mat. And just gently bringing those blocks in front of you. Wrists directly under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Tucking your toes, hand with your belly, lift your gaze. Tabletop, cow and cat. On your exhale, untuck your toes, round your spine. Gazing towards your navel. Inhale, tuck your toes, spread your collarbone wide across your shoulders. Exhale, untuck your toes, round your spine. One more time here with your breath. Tabletop, cat and cow. Inhale, gaze up, look up. Exhale, untuck your toes, round your spine. Come back to a neutral spine. Maybe bump your hips side to side if that feels comfortable. Coming back to your tabletop. With a neutral spine, hips are square. Inhale, lengthen your right leg straight back. Flex through your right foot so much that you're drawing the ball of your right foot in towards the floor and trying to press your heel towards the wall behind you. Ground in through your fingertips, releasing your palms to release some tension from your wrist. Inhale, lift your right leg high, keeping it at hip height, and point your right toes. We're going to pulse it for 3, 2, hold it lifted. Tuck your knee in towards your nose, continuing to point. Draw your right knee out towards your right shoulder and back, making a teardrop with your right foot. We're going to reverse that direction, right leg straight back. Draw your right knee towards your right shoulder, out and up. Draw your knee in towards your nose and then kick your right foot straight back. Flexing your toes, pressing the ball of your foot in towards the floor. Holding here and breathing. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, thread the needle, tap your right hip or thigh. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, sweep and tap. One more time, left arm reaches high. Exhale, sweep and tap. Inhale, reach. Exhale, plant your left hand under your left shoulder, tuck your left toes, and kick your hips up and back, coming to our three-legged down dog. As you press your right leg high, flex your right foot, lower your left heel towards the floor. Feel the stretch pulling in opposite directions. Keeping your hips high, bend your right knee, stack your right hip over the left. Circle out your right ankle. You can wiggle your toes. Square out your right hip, kick your right leg straight back. Exhale, tuck your knee in toward your nose. As you lift your hips, cross your right ankle on the top of your left thigh. Figure four, down dog. Lifting the hips, gazes towards your left shin. Keeping the hips elevated, bend your left knee, hovering your shin, power dog. Press the hips back up, figure four, down dog. Lift your right leg high. And then draw your right knee in towards your right wrist, finding pigeon. As you do so, lower your left knee. You can tuck your left toes and draw your left knee back. When you're ready and comfortable, you can untuck your toes. Coming up high or coming down as low as you'd like here in your pigeon pose. You want to get a little bit deeper in that stretch, you can gently rock from side to side. Neither hip has to touch the floor to feel the stretch. If you'd like to find thread the needle here in pigeon pose, reach your right arm long in front of you, left arm reaches high, and then thread your left arm under and through the right side body. Gently allowing your left cheek or ear to come towards the floor, maybe towards a block, or just holding here in your pigeon pose. A few more rounds of breath. You can also place a block underneath your left hip. Note of where you feel a stretch on the right side. Gently plant your palms back under your shoulders. Tuck your left toes. We're going to find that funky curtsy pyramid. Lift your hips as you seal both feet right where they're at. So back heel can stay lifted. You can place your hands on blocks or on the floor to frame your right foot. Feel free to bring your feet closer or further apart. To deepen that stretch, you can try lowering your back left heel. To lessen that sensation, you can lift your back heel as high as you'd like. Create a deep or micro bend in either of your knees. Walking your hands to the inside of your left foot. Continuing to bring them to the center of your mat, pivot your toes to the long edge. If you want, you can widen your stance. We're going to find a wide-legged forward fold. Toes are slightly turned in, heels are slightly outward. You're welcome to plant your hands on blocks in front of you. You can bring a block underneath your forehead if that's more accessible. If it's comfortable, you can find ragdoll by grabbing opposite elbows and find a gentle sway from right to left, left to right. And your arms gently graze the mat beneath you, really allowing your head, neck, and shoulders to pull down towards the floor. You find that your arms or your head are hitting the floor and you'd like them not to, toe heel your feet slightly inwards. Likewise, if you'd like to get a little bit deeper, bring your stance a little bit wider. Got short legs and a long torso, so I always tend to keep my stance a little bit more narrow. Do what works for you and your body today. Gently sway back through center. Release your hands towards the floor. Keeping your right hand on the floor on a block. Inhale, sweep your left arm high. Deep twist. Maybe gazing down towards your right fingertips for balance. Maybe gazing up towards your left fingertips to challenge your balance a little bit more. Try bringing the weight in towards your heels, lifting your toes. And now try bringing the weight into your toes, lifting your heels. Avoid putting weight into that right hand. Gently lower your heels if they're lifted. Plant your left hand to meet the right. Keeping your left hand on the floor on a block at the center, reach your right arm towards the ceiling. Deep spinal twist. Always an option to gaze up or down. Maybe try lifting your toes, shifting your weight slightly backwards. And lower your toes, try lifting your heels. Avoid putting any more weight into that front left hand. Gently lower your heels if they're lifted. Gently release your hand back down towards the floor. Coming back to your wide-legged fold. Maybe allow your hips to sway side to side. Walk your hands back towards your right foot. We're going to pivot the right toes, coming into runner's lunge. Inhale, rise up, high crescent. Exhale, pivot, open up, warrior two. Deepen that front right knee. Looking over your right fingertips. Maybe gazing down, and can you see your big toe? Drawing your right knee more open to see your right big toe. Inhale, lift big star, arms overhead, straighten the front right leg. Exhale, deep bend. Inhale, lift big star. Exhale, deep bend. Once more, inhale, lift. Exhale, deep bend and stay here, sinking deep into that right knee. Readjust your stance if you need to. We're going to find extended side. Try hovering that right arm. It's going to be quick. Exhale, flow to reverse. Inhale, flow to extended side. Exhale, back to reverse. One more time each side. Inhale, forward. Exhale, reverse and hold. Draw that left arm down your left leg. Maybe tuck it around towards your right hip. Really reach your right fingertip as far as you can. Straighten that right leg to reverse your triangle. Bump your hips back to the back of your mat. If you like to find archer, you can flex your right toes, digging your right heel into the floor, toes to the ceiling, lengthening on the front right side of your body. Lower your toes if they're lifted. Inhale, tee out your arms. Bump your hips back an inch or two more. Reach your right fingertips as far as they can go. Once you get there, draw your right hand down, left arm up. Find your triangle. Holding here and breathing. Right hand can hover in space, can be on your right shin, can be on a block at any height. Gazing down for balance, gazing up to challenge your balance. Holding here and breathing. We're going to bend into that right knee, finding half moon, lifting your left leg. You can draw it as high or as low as you'd like. Of course, that left foot can just hover the ground. You really want to open up that left hip here. You can also bring your left hand towards your hip or up towards the ceiling. Keeping that left leg elevated, we're going to pivot the hips, squaring out to the top of our mat. Bring your hands to the floor or to a block. Step your left foot back, coming back into a runner's lunge. Plant your left hand on the floor inside your right foot on the floor or on a block. Sweep your right arm towards the ceiling. Circle out your right wrist. Circle out your shoulder, forwards and backwards. We're going to find horizon lunge. Pivot to the outer edge of each foot. See how this feels. Continuing to draw your left hip down towards the floor. Maybe reach your right hand towards the inside of your left ankle. How you doing, Mindy? You look good. All right, come back to runner's lunge with a twist. Right arm towards the ceiling. And then gently plant your right hand to the outside of your right foot. Oh, come on down. There you go. Sorry. From here, step your right foot back. And we're going to come into our flow, lowering all the way down. Very nice. Untuck your toes, press up mini cobra. Gently release down. Walk your hands to your lower rib cage, press up full cobra. Option to find upward facing dog by hovering your hips and thighs. Come through tabletop or directly a downward facing dog and gently pedal it out. Come back to your breath. We're going to repeat the exact same thing on the left side. One more round of breath here in your down dog. And then ever so gently release your knees to the floor. Coming back to your tabletop at the center of your mat. Wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Starting by tucking your toes, hammocking your belly, lift your gaze. Tabletop, cow. On your exhale, round your spine, pressing the top jointless portion of each foot in towards the floor. Inhale, tucking your toes, really digging your toes in towards the floor. Gaze up, look up. Exhale, round your spine, gazing towards the tops of your thighs. One more time, tabletop, cat and cow. Inhale, gaze up, look up. Collarbones spread wide. Exhale, round your spine. Come back to a neutral spine. Maybe bump the hips side to side. Come back to a neutral spine. Lengthen your left leg straight back. Flex your left toes to dig the ball of your left foot in towards the floor as you drive that left heel to the wall behind you. Imagine you're touching that wall behind you, pressing as far as you can. Hips are elevated. Hips are square. Inhale, lift your left leg high, point your left toes. Hips remain square here. We're going to pulse it for 3. That's 2. Hold it lifted. Tuck your knee in toward your nose. Hold the tuck, draw your left knee toward your left shoulder, out, and kick it straight back behind you. We're going to reverse that direction. Draw your left knee towards your left shoulder, out and around. Knee to nose and kick it straight back. Flex your toes, allow your left foot to come back towards the floor. Inhale and exhale. From here, right arm reaches high. Exhale, tap your left hip or thigh, thread the needle. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, tap your left hip or thigh. One more time. Inhale, right arm reaches high. Exhale, tap. Inhale, reach. Exhale, plant your right hand under your right shoulder. Tuck your right toes, lift your hips up. Left leg stays elevated. 3-legged dog, flexing both of your feet. Try lowering your right heel closer towards the floor as you keep that left leg elevated. Bend your left knee, stack your hip. Circle out your left ankle. You can try wiggling out your toes. Square out your hips, kick your left leg straight back. Exhale, draw your left knee in toward your nose. As you press your hips up and back, cross that left ankle on the top of your right thigh. Figure 4, down dog. Gaze comes back towards your right toes, pressing into your finger pads. Keep the hips elevated, power dog, bend your right knee, keeping that figure 4. Holding and breathing. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, draw your left knee towards your left wrist, releasing your right knee towards the floor. You can tuck your right leg back. You're welcome to place a block underneath your hips. You can bring your chest elevated or fold forward at any time, coming into your variation of pigeon. And just holding here and breathing. I'm going to find that gentle sway from side to side. That is a great hip opener here. Holding here and breathing in your pigeon pose. If you'd like to try thread the needle, gently draw your left arm an inch or two forward to the top of your mat as you thread your right arm under and through the left side body. Allowing your right cheek or ear to come towards the floor. You can also place your right cheek or ear on a block to elevate it. Couple more rounds of breath here in your pigeon pose on the left side. Gently plant your hands back under your shoulders. Tuck your right toes as you lift your hips. Seal your front left foot right where it's at. Finding that funky curtsy pyramid. Remember your options here. You can create a bend in one or both knees. You can try straightening the legs to get a little bit deeper. You can lower that back right heel towards the floor for a deeper sensation. Drawing that left hip back counterclockwise with those hips. Gently walk your hands to the inside of your right foot. Pivot your toes to the long edge of your mat, coming back to your wide-legged forward fold. Feel free to widen or lessen the distance between your feet. Toes are slightly turned inwards as your heels are turned outwards. Maybe try something different this time if you want to reach your arms out forward. Gazing behind you on the opposite long edge of your mat. You can also reach your hands between your legs, palms facing down, fingertips away from your body. Maybe try drawing the weight in towards your heels versus your toes and vice versa. This time we're going to walk both of our hands over to our right foot. Keeping your left hand on the floor on a block on and around your right foot, reach your right arm towards the ceiling. Deep spinal twist. Right arm up, left arm down. You're welcome to add a full or half bind here if you'd like, bringing your right hand towards your left hip, continuing to gaze out over your right shoulder. Gently plant your right hand back to meet the left. Walk your hands through center and this time over to the left foot. Right hand remains on the floor on a block inside of your left foot. Reach your left arm high. Gazing up towards the ceiling or down towards the floor. Maybe finding a bind here, left hand towards your right hip. You're welcome to create a bend in one or both of your knees. Maybe continuing to look out over that left shoulder. Gently plant your left hand back to meet the right and walk your hands back through center. Allow your hips to bump side to side, a little movement here. We're going to now walk our hands to the front of our left foot. Pivot both of your toes to the front of your mat. Inhale, rise up, high crescent. Exhale, pivot your right toes, open up, find your warrior two. Think about splitting that mat between your left heel and your right arch. Gazing over your left fingertips, maybe gazing down, you can see your big toe. Just peering out from the inside of your left thigh. Hold it for the exhale. Inhale, lengthen big star, arms overhead, straighten the front left leg. Exhale, warrior two. Two more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend and stay. Find the deepest bend in that front left knee. We're going to sway forward, hovering both arms if you can. Exhale, reverse your warrior, arms sway back. Inhale, sway forward. Exhale, reverse. One more just like that. Forwards and backwards. Stay here. Maybe draw your right hand down your right leg or around towards your left hip. Continue with that arch in your body towards the back right foot. Straighten that front left leg. Reverse your triangle. Reach your left fingertips long. If you like to find archer on this side, flex your left toes. As you draw your toes to the ceiling, dig your left heel in towards the floor. Lower your left foot if it's lifted. Keeping your hips bumped back, rise up, tee out your arms. Bump your hips back, reach your fingertips long in front. Draw your left hand down, right arm up. Find your triangle. Holding and breathing. Left hand can hover in space. It can rest on your left shin or on a block. Stacking that right shoulder directly over the left. Gently bend into that left knee. Bring the weight to your left foot, lifting your right leg for half moon. Plant your left hand on the floor on a block. You can bring your right leg as close to the floor, even tapping the floor, or elevate it when you're ready. Hand can come to your hip or up towards the ceiling. Holding that right foot elevated at any height, pivot your hips to square your hips to the top of your mat. Bring your hands down in front of you on the floor or on a block, and then step your right foot back. Hands framing the front left foot. Plant your right hand on the inside of your left foot on the floor on a block. Shift your left arm towards the ceiling. Circle out your left wrist. Circle out your shoulder. Forwards and backwards. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, put the knee out. Tap your right hip or thigh. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sweep and tap. Inhale, reach. One more. Exhale, sweep and tap. Inhale, left arm high. Pivot to the outer edge of each foot. Stay here if that's comfortable, or continue to allow that right hip to droop towards the floor, reaching your left hand back to the inside of your right ankle for horizon lunge. Come back to your runner's lunge. Plant your left hand to the outside of your left foot. Step your left foot back and come into your flow. Once you arrive, untuck your toes, press up, mini cobra. Exhale, release down. Walk your hands to your lower rib cage. Press up, full cobra. Option find upward facing dog. Press back to your down dog. Pedal out. Continue to breathe. Gently lower both of your knees towards the floor. Allow your left or right hip to come towards your mat and bringing your feet towards the back of your mat, whichever way back is. Grabbing a block between your palms, slowly roll all the way down. Once you arrive, head, neck, and shoulders taps the floor. Walk your feet in towards your hips. Press into your feet, lift your hips, and bring that block on the lowest setting under your hips and allow your sacrum to melt into that block. Notice how this feels. If the block is not comfortable for you today, you can always set it off to the side. Stay here as long as you like. When you're ready, begin to lift the legs towards the ceiling for supported legs up the wall. Flexing your feet as if you're trying to stamp the sole of each foot on the ceiling. Hold it here for 2 more rounds of breath. Reach your fingers towards your toes, maybe adding some movement, pointing, flexing, circling out your wrists and your ankles, wiggling your fingers and your toes. As you actively press your hips towards the block, feet towards the ceiling, actively lengthening opposite directions. Gently begin to lower one foot or both feet at the same time. Heels in toward your hips or walking your feet in once they arrive. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips, and gently set the block off to the side. Draw your knees in toward your chest, curling yourself into a tight ball. You're welcome to stay here, tucking your chin to your chest, or just relaxing your head, neck, and shoulders. Maybe find a gentle sway from side to side. Gently sway back through center. Keep your right knee in towards your right shoulder, binding your hands on your right shin as you extend your left leg long, flexing through your left foot. As your left calf comes closer to the floor, maybe it touches, maybe it just hovers. Point, flex, circle out your right ankle, lower your shoulders towards the mat. And allow your left hand to come to the outside of your right knee, gently drawing that right knee over to the left side of your body. That right knee can come onto a block, can tap the floor, or just hover in space. Gaze up towards the ceiling or over your right shoulder. Maybe reach your right arm long for an active full body stretch. Supine twist on the right side. Gently come back to center. As both hips come in towards the floor, draw your left knee in towards your left shoulder, avoiding your rib cage. Allow your right leg to extend long. As you bind your hands on your left shin, point, flex, circle out your left ankle, flexing your right toes. Left knee avoids the rib cage by drawing up towards the left shoulder. Wind removing pose on the left side. Release the bind of your hands, and with the guidance of your right hand, draw your left knee in through your midline over to the right side of your body. Maybe that left knee taps the floor, hovers, or comes onto a block. You can extend your left arm long and look over your left shoulder for a deeper stretch. Supine twist on the left side. Gently come back to center. Draw both knees in toward your chest. And then reach your arms and legs long in opposite direction. Full body stretch. Imagine someone's pulling your arms overhead and pulling your ankles long in opposite directions. Tiny arch in your lower back, lifting off of your mat. As you release your lower back to the floor, release your palms by your side, pinkies in, thumbs out, palms up to receive, and allowing your heels to touch as your toes fall open. Coming back to your intention that you set at the beginning of class. Maybe bringing a gentle gaze behind your eyes and just relaxing. Resume normal breathing for your Shavasana. And wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bringing awareness back into your breath. Draw your knees in towards your chest as you reach your arms long overhead, and allowing yourself to roll to your favorite side, using your bottom arm as a pillow, propping yourself up with your top arm to come to a comfortable sitting position of your choice. As you arrive, I invite you to bring a gentle gaze behind your eyes and allow your sit bones to rock side to side. Gently swing back through center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my practice with you today and each and every day. I wish you a very wonderful week ahead. Namaste. Thank you. I am.